Greetings everyone, and welcome back to the Planet Crafter on the moon of Aqualus. Since we last got together, there has been some progress. I've done a couple of things, we'll talk about that. What we need to know though is that we have moved up a stage. We are now fully into water plants. And honestly, I have no idea what they're talking about because I'm not seeing any kind of plant in any water. However, we are moving towards a breathable atmosphere, and if you look at the lower left, we are now consuming 1.7 units of oxygen per second, which of course is down from 1.9. So we are actually moving towards a breathable atmosphere. Now, I did manage to do a couple of things. For instance, I added another of the tier 3 tree spreaders over here. Let's just take a poke over. Of course, that's going to increase oxygen. Hold it a second. You can see that we have 3 of them. That's going to increase oxygen and, of course, plants. Now, another thing I did was, of course, I made the launch platform right here because you want to send these rockets up to do some boosting. Where are we here? Now, the thing is, I only had 2 rocket engines. So I sent this one up, which increases the pressure, and this one up, which increases the heat. Now, normally these guys would bring the meteor storms down. It didn't work that way on Selenia. However, it did do something a little odd here. First of all, there was no meteor storm for a while, and then one showed up, and it looked like the regular one, the one that brings the common materials. While I was looking around to see if I had any aluminum, all of a sudden, I was seeing both iridium and the uranium. They came in the same storm in big bunches, so I ended up having a decent amount of both, as you can see. Now, I did make some explosive powder, so I used some of this. And in terms of the uranium, well, I made some extra rods, because all you need for them is, of course, uranium. So that did actually work. Now, here's what's really interesting. Now, of course, the previous stage here was seismic shocks. And when we got to water plants, it was about 3%, we got some seismic shocks. And what happened is that there's a new landmass over there, as you can see. Pretty hard to miss it. So if we look on the map, I'm looking this way, and right down here. So we can see that this is new. Now, in our last episode, this popped out of the water and we went over and we took a look at it. I have since cleaned that out. I think I missed some of the magnetar, by the way. Now, we still haven't gone over here. This makes me wonder whether or not maybe our last landmass is going to be over here. We're going to have to see about that. All right, so here's the thing. In addition to going up, oh, by the way, the reason this is here is because I very well might need some gases. So I've actually been pulling some out with that. You can see I have some methane over here and I have some nitrogen. The reason for that is because I noticed that things like, pulsar quartz actually do need methane. In case I decide to crank them out, that's what I'm going to just collect them for now. Now, when we advanced, of course, something unlocked. And that's something that unlocked is something I've been waiting for. And that is right there, the tier 3 butterfly farm. I do have on me what I need to make 2 of them. However, there was something that slipped my mind. Yeah, the butterfly larva. I didn't actually have any. However, I'm hoping that, there it is right there. All right, so I kind of, humble. You can see right there where I ordered from. So I got some of these. These are the really good ones, the 1500s, and these guys over here are 1200s. Now, the tier 2 allowed you to use 2 larvae. So I'm guessing it's going to be the same, or maybe it's going to be 3. If it's going to be 3, it's a problem. Here, hold it a second. Let me just get some water. All right, we're still at 1.7 in terms of oxygen. I will feel so much better when I don't have to worry about oxygen. All right, of course, we still have these guys over here. These are the amphibian farms. So I'm thinking maybe over here we can put them. I don't think I'm going to have a problem with energy for a while. And if it does end up becoming a problem, I will just make another fusion reactor. All right, so let's put these guys down and see how they do for us for insects, because we don't have any insects at the moment. Ooh, that actually looks kind of cool. All right, let's make another one. And put that down. That, of course, was the reason why I was working on the silk and the fabric, because I knew that was coming. All right, just pop in for a moment here. All right, we can see like 10%. You can also see I have no insects at all, because I've been waiting for this. All right, so let's throw these guys. Oh, 3 of them. All right, I'm going to check, I guess, is it Selenia or is it Prime? All right, I got these guys. I'm just going to put one of each of these in there. And I'm going to have to, because I didn't have any more on Humble. Not in any of the good ones. All right, so there we go. How are you guys doing here? Insects, 247,000. Wow. I bet you that's going crazy in here, huh? All of a sudden, everything else just fades into insignificance. And the biomass is going nuts. All right, well, that's definitely going to push that along. Which is good because, like I said, I want the oxygen. Okay, so I am going to have to see about getting more of these. All right, so it was on Humble. So let's see. Prime? I think maybe I have to look at the other one, but let's just take a quick look at Prime to see if we can find any of the, where is it? This is Butterfly. Okay, that's not the degree that I want. Oh, there we go. But that's only one. I mean, I might as well open. I think it's I can only order one at a time from one location. All right, so let's take a look at Selenia. I might have had some over there. Let's see. Because otherwise, I don't have any other really good ones. Let's see. We're looking for... Okay, 600. Okay, these are frogs, actually. Yeah, I think I'm using all of them. Nitrogen cartridge. I don't see any others. By the way, I did bring some bee larvae over in case I wanted to make bees. But given those numbers right there, I just don't see a reason for it. Yeah, I don't see any. Except for that one. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're just going to go get that one. It's on Prime. And it's down here. We saw it. I mean, I could just grab a lower one as well. See, this one right here, that's 1,200. We'll take that. How much is this one? 700. I'll take one of those too. All right, just so we have something, right? There we go. Yeah, I should go back to the other locations and use these. Yep, definitely. By the way, I couldn't help but notice that when I looked at Selenia, everything seems to have been done here in terms of the stages, except, of course, for the complete terraformation. Now, this one's 5. We're currently at 1.2. And 5 is going to get us the Megadome. So I might want to push this one along, even if it's temporary, if you know what I mean. The thing is that of all the planets I have to go back to, it will be Humble, because that's where my full genetics lab is. And if I'm going to put animals on these planets, you know, the mammals, that's where I'm going to have to go. I'll just have to keep producing so I can put them into the enclosures. I can't do that here. And I'm not going to be able to do that here. The reason for that, oh, you can't see it right now, is that it just says genetic traits, all one category. So you can't like pick out the species and such like that. So you have no idea what you're getting. I might ask for like 25 and get bioluminescence for each one of them and not be able to do anything. So I'm going to have to go to Humble to take care of that. All right, so what we want to do now is, of course, check out the new locations. I'm going to go to the one that we bypassed the last time, and we're going to go there and we're going to look around. All right, I have some food. Why don't we just fill up before we leave? And I'm hoping that oxygen is going to become less and less of a problem. Now this is a long trip. Right there. By the way, my viewers have recommended that I make a beacon. I probably should have done that before leaving. Anyway, let's check out what's going on over here. Now it kind of turned to night as we came over here. I'm guessing that there's some way to get up there over here. We can probably look there first. This does seem to be emanating something over here, and the water is looking a little different. I wonder what's going on here. Alright, you got anything in here? No? No plants? Alright, let's look around here. It does seem to be getting brighter again. Fortunately, the nights are not too long. What is this? That's just water. Alright, I'm guessing there's got to be a way of getting up here. Alright, I tell you what, why don't we just hook around this way, and I'm sure when we come back, we'll find some way of going up. Alright, let's see. What is this? Is that just coral? Is that, got any? Whoa! Okay, I was not expecting that. But I do see one of those wonderful green ones down here. Alright, we'll take that and... Okay, just phosphorus and super alloy. Okay, open this. I'll take those. And, oh, not this one. Okay, I'm sorry I dragged you guys down here. Alright, let's go on up. Okay, check those pools, huh? Alright, let's see about getting a little oxygen going here. Oh, wrong one. Let's see here. And boom. And then I'm out. Get in here and boom. Okay, there we go. Okay, we looked in there, that's for sure. Do we have any similar locations? Yeah, this area is really kind of large. I don't know if we're going to have time to check out the other one. I'm guessing that the golden clam is likewise going to be underneath one of these. Or maybe it's sitting on top of that. Alright, let's just move along here. But do you see what I mean about... I mean, there's no plants underwater, yet we were supposed to have completed the water plants. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. By the way, since we're actually here, it would behoove me to look around for fallen satellites like that one. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on with the plastic. You know, mining plastic, I don't think that's quite something that can happen. Is that another one? I can't even tell. That definitely looks like one. So we're over here, so we're going to have to turn around and go back after we've finished looking around. Alright, no more clams up here. Okay, you want to bet that one doesn't go deep? Okay, yep, we've seen this before. Okay, so what do you got? Alright, you got a bunch of stuff, including some iridium. Right, turn that off. Grab these. Alright. Is there anything else in there? Don't see anything. Alright, up we go. Yeah, it's 1.9 in there, the oxygen, but now we have 1.6 up above. So we are starting to get there. Oh, actually, that's not a bad thing. Okay, I guess we have to search another one of these. I'm guessing one of these is going to... Okay, that one wasn't too deep. And I don't see... any of the clams for us to get stuff out of. Alright. I guess that one wasn't deep enough. Alright, we got some more. Once again, nothing here. Kind of reminds me of the sulfur pit area in Skyrim. Ooh, this one's got a nice little ramp to get out of. Is there something over here that you would place? No. Now, over here, apparently we could farm some sulfur. Right, anything up here? Actually, I think this is the direction. Yep, there it is right there. How much space do we have? Probably not enough, and I couldn't help but notice that once again, a little bit of an oxygen issue, which I probably wasn't helping by going underwater. Alright, and let's grab that. Oh, it wasn't that way, it was this way. Oh, and you're giving me this too. Actually, that one as well. Alright, well, we'll check this one out first. I got a bunch of these posters. I don't see a reason to take them. You know, it's interesting. We can manufacture these now. But I'm thinking more in terms of taking it apart, because that's got a lot of things in it, including cosmic quartz. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, I'm not taking the outfits. Ooh, space food. We'll just eat that right now. Probably gonna need those. Do I want to take the animal food with me? I'll take it for now. Alright, so what do we got here? Do you want to take that apart? I guess I will. Oh, and this guy here. Yeah, I think that I might have to go back before we look at the rest of this place. Yeah, I don't need those. I don't need those. So we'll just leave them there. Okay, let's see. So I think we came up this way and we searched this area. It looks like there's a bunch of pools over here. I'm pretty sure that was the first one we were in. Let's just verify that. Yeah, this was the really deep one. Unless, of course, this is a completely different one, which it is a completely different one, isn't it? Alright, the thing is, I'm not going to be able to take this stuff, am I? Nope, I'm not. Alright, I have to come back here. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to go back to base, and I'm going to drop this stuff off. Alright, let's get a good idea of where I am at the moment. Alright, I'm actually sitting right on top of the little sulfur one there. Alright, so we do still have to look around the outside. Oh, there's another one. Okay, this one wasn't... I guess it is there. It's just hard to see because it had the little sulfur thing on top of it. Alright, let's just see whether or not I want to do some swapping here. For instance, do I need the phosphorus? Well, let's say, I might need it in the future. Do I need it now? No, not really. So if I do need it, I can just pick it up in the future. But for now, why don't we just drop it off because I have a lot of this. I am going to need that one. Let's see, is there any others? Yeah, we can put the silk in there too because I can make it. I'm making my own silk, so I don't really need it. Alright, everything else I think is fine. Yes, I do think everything else is fine. Alright, so before I leave, let's just... I keep doing that. Let's drop this off. Get some oxygen. And then let's get out. Okay, so we'll come back to this. Maybe I'll put a beacon down because, yeah, probably not a bad idea. Seeing the trees from a distance probably isn't the best strategy. But I do think that's the direction I'm supposed to go in. Alright, I'll meet you back at that satellite when I have dropped everything off and, of course, returned. And I do believe we are back. Alright, there wasn't anything else in here. I mean, I could just take that, I suppose. I already got 2 of these. I don't know why I need another one. All right, so we also had to go back into here. By the way, I looked at the progress of the stage and it was over 17%. Since I now have insects going crazy, I might want to consider shooting a rocket into space. I only did the 2 that I actually did at the moment, you know, the heat and the pressure, because those are the only rocket engines I have. Well, had. Because I did do an order from Humble, because there were 50 there. I said, give me 15. That should handle things for now. All right, let's go down here and grab this stuff. And then I'll worry about my oxygen when I get out. All right, so what do you got? I will take these. Yes, I will. And we'll take that. And we'll take that. And of course, there appears to be some kind of a meteor shower going down. Yes, I did do that. So I have a beacon now. All right, take that, take that, take that. All right, and let's head back up. I'm guessing one of these is going to have the golden one. Alright, yep, we got some kind of a storm going here. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do, of course. And refill. And we're down to 1.5, but we still do need to have a source of oxygen, don't we? Alright, so grab this. Alright, you know what I'm thinking? Since we were doing it anyway, I got some more phosphorus. We'll just throw it in there. Okay, so let's head over this way. And keep our eyes open for pools. And it's also really nice and bright again. Alright, was there anything up here? It seems that everything we find over here is in a deep pool. So let's see if there's any more. That is the first underwater plant that I have seen. But of course that stage is complete already, so I don't understand that. Maybe there's an ordering issue going on. Alright, is there anything in here? Nope. Okay, that one is looking kind of... Oh, what is this? Okay, it's just a regular clam. A silkworm. I'll take the silkworm. Okay. You never know. I might want to start another one of those things. Besides, I think I can take it apart. Okay, there's steam coming out of there. Just checking to see if it's anything interesting. Okay, so... we went through here. Alright, well there's more of these little pools up here, isn't there? Okay, that one is not too deep, so it doesn't seem to have anything. I'll do the ones over here first. First of all, is there anything over here that I need to be aware of? Alright, there's a pool. Okay, that's a deep one. Of course, there is nothing here. Okay, I'm on the wrong side. Alright, I did not search this one. But there's nothing here. Alright, we searched that one already. Nothing here. I'll check the ones on the other side before I continue up there. Alright, what about you? You got anything? Well, you're deep. But there don't seem to be any clams in here. Nope. Of course, I am losing oxygen again. Probably has something to do with going underwater. Alright, how about in here? I'm almost expecting a tunnel. Alright, I did that one, I did that one. What do we have over here? Okay, this is something completely different. let's check out the, hold on a second. I keep doing that. And then I'm out. Okay, I think I have, yeah, I had that going. Give me this. And I couldn't help but notice some sulfur. Sulfur, of course, is very useful because I do have a lot of iridium, don't I? Alright. Just grab a couple so I can make some things. Alright, let's take a quick look at where we are. Alright, I think I hit these. I don't know if I hit this one, but I know I didn't hit them. So let's just take a quick look at them and see what we can find. Alright, that's a big one. Yeah, these don't seem to have any of those clams. I still am searching for the golden one. Maybe they're doing this to try to get you to stop looking for it so you'll miss it. I don't see anything here. Oh, by the way, apparently I'm thirsty. Can I reach the water from here? There we go. Alright, and you... I don't see anything. I guess we're going up from here. Was that the last one? This one, I think we hit them all. I just got the feeling that I might have missed one over here somewhere. Alright, well, you know what? Maybe I'll go back and look. I don't think I got that one. Or maybe that one. Alright, well, you know what? One way or another, let's just head up here and see what we can find. We got some sitting up here. I guess they crawled out. I'm gonna leave them for now. Is there something over here? I saw gold. Alright, now how do I get up there? Have I looked in there? I don't see anything. I think we did. Alright, let's start moving along. Oh, I didn't see the green one. And this one here. I will eat the mushroom. If I want more, I can order them. Okay, so there's a pool over there, and there's actually a pool. Did I do this one? I probably did, but I don't see anything down there. Now these I know I didn't do, so we'll just check them out. Okay, it looks like there's 3 over here. Alright, I gotta watch my oxygen. It's doing fairly well until I jump into the water. Let's see. There is that one, wasn't there? Yeah, there's another one here. Yeah, I mean, these guys have nothing. They've taught us to jump in, and then they're like, no, you have no more. Except, of course, for this one. I don't know if I missed one or not. Yeah, I don't see the golden one anywhere. Yeah, but somehow I gotta get up there. Alright, let's check it out. There's gotta be a way up here, right? Right, I looked at that already. Alright, let's just scout around and start thinking in terms of how do we get up there? Yeah, seriously, how do you get up there? I mean, the only way... Oh, I'm not even paying attention. Alright, so... Wait a minute. Yep, I'm in. Alright, we're at 1.5, but remember, I kept jumping into the water. I mean, is there some kind of a teleporter, a natural teleporter or something like that to get up there? because I'm a little confused. Well, I mean, we can just go down here and see if there's something. Okay, we'll just look into these, see if there's anything interesting. That's interesting. You never know, I might want to do another one. All right. All right, we can take a look over there. Is there anything here? Okay, that's interesting. Is there something I'm not seeing? Maybe there's like a little stair that I'm not seeing or something? All right, what do we have here? Okay, that actually has a little bit of an exit, but I don't think that goes anywhere interesting. Oh, it doesn't go anywhere. It's just a light-colored rock. Okay, one little guy all by itself. I mean, you'd think there's something up there, right? Okay, there's a green one. Not gold, it is green. I don't really need that stuff. I'm just going to eat the eggplant. Honey, I can have plenty of honey, but I'll take it for now. Here we go. I mean, I haven't seen any way to get up there. And I don't see anything. I guess I'm just going to have to float along. All right, so why don't we just put down the vehicle quickly to refill oxygen. And then out. Right, let's look around. I see no way to get up there. See, there's no pillar that just allows you to go up there. Clearly it's designed that way, so that you couldn't get up there. I'm guessing there has to be some specific way of doing it, and they want you to do it that way. Yeah, I looked in there, right? Yeah. It's just that I cannot see at the moment how you get up there. See, now, if there was a big hole there, I might be able to make it in. See, there's an opening, but yeah, there's... Alright. Let's see. If I get here... I can get here... I would just need a little ledge. I would just need a little ledge. But I don't have that little ledge. So I can't... Oh. Didn't want to hurt myself there. Yeah, I don't see how you're supposed to get up there. Maybe you're not supposed to get up there. Maybe I'm reading something into it. Hold on a moment. I mean, I don't see a way up. So maybe there is no way up. It is a nice looking area. That's for sure. Alright, let's take a look at the map. Maybe I missed something. I mean, that looks like it's on top. I just don't know how I get up there. I mean, over here you got a big outcrop. And there's no... I could almost make it if there was a ledge of some kind. I just need to be able to get there, to get to a ledge of some kind. And then I might be able to get through there. Am I supposed to build something? I mean... Maybe we could do that. I would need a lot of iron, though. Alright, maybe that's something we can actually try. I think I looked in that one already. Yep, I did. You know, I might as well just take these because I'm leaving anyway. Alright, maybe that's something that I can try. If I made like a stair going up. I would need a lot of iron though. But it may be something that would work. The question is that what they want us to do? That is pretty high. I'd probably need like 12 to 15 of them or something like that. Boom. Maybe I'll have them shipped in from someplace else. Anyway, I think that's going to do. Did I search these? Probably did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I might as well just get rid of them. Alright, so we came over here. We found a lot of materials, of course. We found a place where we could apparently mine some sulfur if we wanted to. We got two of these little satellites, one here and one over here that you can't see because the little symbol's on top of it. I don't see any others, but then again, I don't see a way of getting up here. And it seems that you should be able to. Oh, and it looks like there's another one over here, another crashed satellite right there. I guess you have to get close to it. I don't know, maybe I have to make a ladder. Maybe that's something we can try in the meantime and see whether or not that's actually going to work. Anyway, that's going to do for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back and I'm going to continue to try to advance things and see whether or not we can get a fully breathable atmosphere. And as you can see, we're currently rocking a 1.4. So the consumption of oxygen is slowing down. It just doesn't do that if you're underwater, does it? No, it doesn't. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. If you enjoyed the episode, please give it a like. Maybe say something in the comments for the great God algorithm. And of course, subscribing is a great way to show your support. So thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games, because games are fun. See ya.